Anyway, can we put it over here? Just for a little story time moment, yeah? Because, like, a little story time? Yeah, me too. Okay, so I have 2 story times, right? This is probably such a weird little angle for you guys. Anyway, 2 story times. I hate that the... Nice. Anyway, so story time number 1. What is with people and taking up every spot at the gym? Why? Why do you need to do that? Okay, so I go to the gym, right? As one does. And I'm by far not a fitness guru, but I got my little routine that I do, and I really like this squat rack. Just because I think it's fun, like, I have a good time. It's one of the exercises I like doing. So I just do it at the end. Hold on, I'll actually turn this camera off so you don't have to see me twice. Anyway, so I go down there. So I, like, excuse me. I do my whole workout routine, and I go down to, like, the room where the squat racks are, because they're in, like, a different room. So I go down to the squat rack room. Of course, it's, like, 5 p.m. at this point. I don't know, probably later. It's probably, like, 7. I don't know. But anyway, like, peak gym hours. Peak hours. So I go down there. There's 2 squat racks. One of them consists of teenage boys. There's 2 of them there. And he's, like, lifting his weights, and the other dude is, like, spotting him. I'm like, okay, like, that's fine. That's normal. And they look like they're finishing up. I was like, okay, that's great. So I'm staying, like, against the wall waiting for one to free up, because the other one, you're probably wondering, oh, who is occupying that one, honey? Oh, yeah. A lady who's, like, trying to be her PR. She loads up her plates, sits down. Like, she's laying in between this, like, across the squat rack. She's just laying there, like, on her phone, checking her Instagram, like, you know, she's a little influencer moment, something. I don't know. Oh, nice. Now my alarm's going off. Maybe, like, don't. Anyway. She's laying down. She's having a good time. Whatever. I'm like, okay, maybe she's just, like, taking a little rest, and then she's gonna get back up and do another one. Whatever. I'm like, I'm gonna be here, like, 5 minutes max. Anyway. So the high school boys look like they're finishing up. I'm like, oh, perfect. Oh, no. No, they're not. Those 2 are finished. One stays at the squat rack, and one walks across the room to meet up with his 7 other high school gym bro friends, who all come in. They all come in. They all come in and decide, oh, you know what? We want to use the squat rack too. Thanks so much for saving it for us. So I'm like, well, I guess I'm not getting on that one anytime soon. So I'm just saying, like, waiting for this one to, like, stand up into her squats. So she finally, like, stands up, loads on 2 more plates, sits back down. I'm like, girl, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing? So she's on her phone, on Instagram for another, like, 2 or 3 minutes, gets back up, puts that thing on her back, does 1 squat, sits back down. So it repeats. She sits there for 5-10 minutes, and then she goes gets more plates, puts more plates on, does 1 squat, and then sits back down. Really? Like, okay, I get the whole, like, it's my PR thing. Like, I love squatting 1 weight once, and then be like, oh, I'm so strong, because I can lift heavy things once. 1, I hate that. I think it's stupid. Like, I know people do it, and that's, like, a big thing for people in powerlifting, and, like, lifting one heavy thing once, and sitting back down. Hot take, I think it's stupid. Whatever. You can tell me all the health and science behind it, and how it's a sport, and this, that, and the other thing. I literally don't care. It's stupid to me. Anyway. So, after that, she doesn't move. She sits back down. She keeps doing this. I'm like, okay, like I said, I already think it's really annoying. And 2, the gym I go to has 2 squat racks. It is not a gym meant for powerlifting. Like, we have gyms in my city that have much better resources for that type of thing that are literally cheaper. So why are you here? And also, if you're gonna come here, don't come at peak hours and occupy a squat rack for a half hour when 20 of those minutes are you sitting down on Instagram. Really? Like, oh my god. I was so mad. I must have stood there for like 20 minutes waiting for one of them to leave, and I ended up just leaving. I didn't even get to squat. I ended up just leaving. Because I swear to god. Another thing that pisses me off at the gym. Oh my gosh. This is just a story I just remember now. This guy comes in. I'm at like the leg extensions, I think that's what they're called. Like, you put your feet under the bar and you're like, that one. So I'm there. I'm just hanging out, having a good time, whatever, like, doing my exercises. Anyway, this dude comes in. He's like this really scrawny little dude who like only has abs because he's really skinny. Anyway, like, I don't know, he was fit, I guess. I don't know. I don't really care. Don't care. Anyway, he's wearing like one of those like tank tops that's like cut off at the side, so like it's not even a shirt. Like, it's not covering anything. So what's the point? And he whips it off and he starts posing in the mirrors, like doing all those weird ass like and I'm like, really? Really? And I'm right in the mirror behind me. I'm like, I swear to God, if I'm in any of your photos looking like a crusty little rat, like, I want to cry. I will cry. So that was also just like another thing I don't like. I also hate people who, we have a deadlift platform. We have a deadlift platform so you don't have to drop your heavy ass weights on the ground. And people still do it. And I'm like, why? It's right there. This feels like a sleepover to me. It feels like we're having a little sleepover, a little gossip session, if you will. And final story, and then we'll Stardew. Okay, we will play Stardew. But I just have to, like, I haven't streamed in a while, I gotta unpack all the tea. You know? Like, what's up, Bessie? Anyway. Final story. So, I work at a radio station. I feel like I'm like this. I'm hunched over. But if I sit up, you get the most ratchet view of me. So I'm just gonna bend over. Anyway. I work at a radio station. I don't work there, but it's, like, part of my co-op, so I basically say I work there. Anyway. So, like, once a week, we have, like, this little giveaway thing where we, like, give away donuts from a local grocery store to a local business, right? People, like, submit who they want to win, and then we give them away. So, part of my, like, little, like, job there is I go with one of, like, the hosts to pick up the donuts and then deliver them to the business. So, we go to this little grocery store to pick up these donuts with this girl. Let's call her, I was gonna say Karen, but that's a horrible name and rude. We're gonna call her Sarah. I go with Sarah. She's one of the radio show hosts, the morning show hosts. So I go with Sarah. Sarah's lovely. I love Sarah. We're like besties. Anyway, so we go there. We pick up the donuts. It's going fine. Like, everything's going as it usually goes. So we go to the self-checkout because, so the donuts we get for the business are free, but we ended up picking up a couple boxes of like clearance donuts to like take back to the people at the station. So we had to go pay for those. So we're going through the self-checkout, and this man comes up to me. And he gets, like, really, really close to me. Like, uncomfortably close to me, but he's, like, an older gentleman, so I assume, like, maybe he's, like, hard of hearing, or, like, he can't see very well. You know, so I, like, give him the benefit of the doubt. I'm like, maybe that's just why. But he got, like, really close to me. Like, closer than he should have ever been to me, and goes, I like your hair! And I'm like, oh, jump scare. So I'm like, oh, like, thanks! Like, what am I supposed to say? Thanks? Like, I get that a lot, so it's not really weird. But I'm just like, thanks? Like, I don't know what to say about it, right? And then, this part wasn't as weird as what came to follow. He, like, steps to the side of the self-checkout, puts his arms out like this, looks himself up and down and goes, I bet I don't have a chance. I am 16 years old, and you are at least 80. What do you want about, I bet I don't have a chance? No, the hell you do not! Like, girl, what? And then I'm just going, like, and I didn't, like, want to be rude, so I was just like, oh. What? Girl, what? And then the girl I'm with, like, Sarah doesn't say anything either. She's just like, she also didn't want to be rude. I don't think she, like, fully heard it, because I told her afterwards, like, that was weird, and told her what happened. She's like, is that what he said? And I was like, yeah, and she was like, so, that was a fun time. Anyway, those are my stories of the week, so we can play some Stardew now.